Well, let's continue. Oh boy. No, it's possible to get out of the monocruise after the door is locked in the nighttime. What? Now you're arguing black is white? Sora. This is not nonsense. It was impossible in the previous island. We got access to something new after the class trial. The balcony door at the 4th floor hall, I mean. Oh, that's right. The balcony door opened after the last trial.
But the 4th floor of the monocruise isn't that low down, right? She could get out of the ship through there, but it's just too risky.
But what if she had a rope-like thing to climb down? No way, Yuki. Nobody went through the balcony. A rope-like thing. This reminds me of the testimony about the balcony that I heard. That would be Shinji's account. Excuse me, Shinji. Whoa, why did you call me all of a sudden? Didn't you tell me that you saw something on the balcony side on your morning jog on that day? Oh, you mean that? I think I saw something like a big long cloth being rolled up. So Emma, according to what Shinji said, wouldn't it be possible for the killer to get out of the ship through the balcony during the night? Of course, it's impossible to come back that way, but we know Hajime did in the last murder. Or we know how Hajime did in the last murder. If the killer had come back just right after the door was opened, nobody would notice her, and the perfect crime is achieved. Perhaps what Big Bro saw was the killer quickly retrieving the rope-like thing after coming back from the outside. What? That's just a hypothesis. I don't know any such thing. But the time Shinji mentioned exactly corresponds to that day, doesn't it?
Yes, maybe that's the way she used to move out. We've got too much evidence already. Don't you know that a series of hypotheses can be put together as a reasonable argument? Really? Is it really you, Emma? No way. Em did.
To sum it up, the killer could enter Kokoro's room freely from that morning. So we had recognized the disguised Kokoro as the real and alive Kokoro. And that made us believe that the case is a locked room murder after her sudden death.
In fact, there is another reason to doubt Emma. Since the performance, she has finished her meal very fast. For that, she had no appetite. She has never finished the meal with us. Why?
Because she had to act as Coco. If she's the killer, that is. Oh, that's true. She demanded us to bring 2 meals a day at the appointed time. So Coco must be in the room at those moments. However, at the same time, Emmy herself should eat with us to avoid suspicion. Thus, she had no choice but to make up a reason to get out of the dining hall and start disguising. Come to think of it, I believe that was the reason she designated a specific mealtime. It was done by Kokoro herself, but now we all know that she was actually the disguised killer. By setting the exact time, she could decrease the risk of an unexpected situation. How long was she doing this? Everything makes perfect sense. So, you're going to doubt me until the end? Even though we were all missing one important fact?
There's nothing like that. Stop struggling, because it's getting a bit disgusting.
No, it's a thing that was mentioned before. I'll prove you that it was totally impossible for me to disguise as Kokoro. No, I don't. I understand how it works. I should probably just do it so it stops bringing it up every time, but it's kind of funny. Kokoro's Handbook, Shobai's account, Bag of Dry Ice, Yuki's account, Dry Bloodstain. Oh, fuck. Shobai's account is that he knows the killer. Yuki's account is that he went to get Kokoro's dinner the one day. It's absolutely impossible. I'm an actress, not a voice actor. I can't mimic her voice. Well, you didn't need to. There's a height problem, too. Kokoro and I have completely different heights. Do you really believe I can disguise her? I mean, that didn't matter. We already talked about this in the Scrum debate. Yeah. Think of it this way. Had there been no disease, would I have been able to disguise as Kokoro? Her disease was diagnosed on the morning of the day after the killer should have been prepared to disguise in the day before that. What's this? Was the killer aware of Kokoro's disease in advance? With no other way to overcome the voice and height difference, an endemic disease, what are the chances they would predict that? Again, unless you're an actual god, that's absolutely impossible. She's denying the charge on and on. Let's just hear carefully, must be a loophole. I mean, like, the voice thing is obviously, like, wrong, but we've already kind of proved that, so I don't think that's what it is. We're gonna have completely different heights. I don't think that's it. Like, I mean, yeah, we could use the handbook to just prove the voice thing wrong, but it's, and, like, that's correct, but, like, we've already talked about that, so I don't see why I would have to do that now. I think what she is talking about, like, how could you predict the disease? Like, I don't know what contradicts that. I don't get it. And endemic disease, what are the chances they predict that? I don't see how any of these have anything to do with that. Unless... wait. Shobai said he knew the killer. Was he an accomplice? Like, were they faking the disease the whole time? Is that it? Because, like, yeah, the handbook, of course, disproves the voice thing. But we've already talked about that, so I'm gonna go with this. Because, like, the other stuff just isn't relevant at this point. No. Okay, well, that was not... It was worth a shot. Okay, I'll try the handbook then, I guess. I don't think that's right, I have to think again. Wait. Did I miss when I shot the other one? Let's try it again. It was right. I don't know how I missed it. I guess it was just like a pixel off or something. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Damn, is that really what they're going with though? That Shobai was an accomplice? Like, why? I mean, I guess if it's just for money, then he probably doesn't care. Emma, did you say endemic disease? Oh, wait. Did she not know? Or should she not know about that? Huh? What about that? That's weird. Those who weren't with us at Shobai's examination shouldn't know that. Kokoro has been suffering an endemic disease. Those who weren't with us? Everyone except me, Rara, Ruki, you. And Dr. Shobai and Patient Koko. Dr. Shobai. You weren't there, Emma. How did you know that Kokoro's disease was endemic? What are you talking about? You said that in the dining room. No, we only said that the disease is a rare one, not an endemic one. What? And surely you should know, because Kokoro as the examination was actually you, Emma. Tongue slip coming all the way down here. You're getting quite nervous, I guess. Oh my gosh. You can't take it back now. Wait, I just said that it might be an endemic disease. What? See, the both islands we've been were tropical, so I just naturally got the image of endemic disease. It's just a coincidence, and now you're picking on such a minor thing. Pathetic! The lamest excuse I've ever heard. And it's not important whether the disease is endemic or not anyway, is it? The point is, how did I know that Kokoro was suffering a disease beforehand? Indeed, the killer must have started to prepare for disguise before the examination result came out. So it makes a contradiction if she hadn't been aware of the disease. You got it? Now you know that you were all wrong, don't you? Well, I have an objection. Was the result true in the first place, like this? What do you mean? Even if Kokoro was actually Emma, the disease itself was diagnosed by Shobai, wasn't it? Oh really? Then let's ask him right now. To Mr. Doctor there, who hasn't said a single word yet. Oh, he actually hasn't said anything till now. Yep, he has not. What were you doing? Don't bother me. I'm busy arranging details of the latest business transactions. There are more than 20 businesses that must be dealt simultaneously. I have to prepare for alternatives since I'm wasting my time stuck in here.
Jesus, what does he think this life-at-stake trial is for?
I love Iroha saying Jesus. It's really funny. Shobai, I'm sorry, but I want to ask you something. Ask what? You deduce the killer, then the trial is all over, isn't it? Just stop wasting time and put an end to it. Still remains the final objection, and we need your testimony to break it, Shobai. During the inspection, you said that, right? You knew the killer from the beginning, and she made a huge mistake. He said that? Shobai, was your examination real? You guys, I have a creed too, as a broker, got it? The examination was no favor. It was a business deal. What are you on about? Never reveal the information about the customers and the business details. That's my creed as a broker. But this is a class trial! Are you gonna stick to that creed crap when your life is at stake? Of course I'm not. The most important thing is my life, you know? However, well, fine. I'll give you a special service this time then. My business partner was Kokoro Mitsume, technically, and I feel no need to respect a dead woman. Damn, I mean, that's kind of rude, but... Jesus. Wait, Shobai. This is the request I received from Kokoro Mitsume. I was attacked by the Void. I want to blow the cover of the Void who attacked me, so please make a false examination for my safety. And deliver that fake result to the others. Whoa, wait. I said wait. What? So you mean that Kokoro wasn't sick at all? That's a little different. That request was not made by the real Kokoro in the first place. You said you know who the killer is, Shobai. Then do you mean that you got who she was just by that request? 'Cause it was weird, obviously. I would not leak you this, so she could have spoken when there were just the two of us. But she used the tablet PC to converse even in front of me. And moreover, Emma Megaruby, that woman said that her body is as hot as lava after Kokoro Mitsume fell down. Why did she say so, when Kokoro Mitsume was attacked by the Void and not suffering a disease?
Maybe she got burnt with wounds.
On reflection, we just acted upon Emma saying she's got a fever. After taking her to the room, we only drugged her and put a wet towel on her face. It's obviously a measure for a disease, not for an attack.
Seems like Emma had out a bait for us.
She's got a fever, inducing us to think of a disease. She used Shobai's examination to nail it down. And we all haven't ever imagined that her disease would be a lie indeed. I wasn't with you at the time, but the story sounds awkward even to me. A healthy person suddenly gets disabled by an unknown endemic disease. Yes, definitely awkward. I see. She carefully used her words to distract our attention from the suddenness of the examination result. However, that made her get caught by Shobai, on the contrary.
What do you mean?
Doesn't make sense at all. Emma Magarobi talking about a fever, and Kokoro Mitsume talking about the attack. Of course, I didn't notice the disguise at that time. But I got when the murder took place, and who the killer is.
We didn't have to wonder if you told us earlier. Why didn't you say that?
I told you, I have a creed, Shorty. But well, now you've exposed everything, so I felt I don't have to keep it to myself. The secret everybody knows is no more a secret.
It's checkmate, Emma.
No, wait a minute. Something's wrong. I'm not the killer. I'm sorry, Emmy, but it seems like nobody's on your side anymore. Me too. I first thought that Kanade's reasoning was wrong. My reasoning is perfect. But wait. We haven't discussed how the killer dealt with the body yet. I was at the outside of the room when the body was discovered. I couldn't have done anything at that time.
You could do that treatment in the morning. After you stopped disguising yourself, you didn't have to open the door for us. So you could do your job, whether somebody else visited or not.
By job, you mean the final step, right?
Yes. Take frozen Kokoro out of the refrigerator and cut off the hands and feet to hide the severed fingertip.
Then the room would be full of blood, wouldn't it? There was no such trace.
Not at all. She was fully frozen down to cells. There's no risk of blood spill.
Maybe only flesh would splash. That's an uncomfortable sentence.
Eek! Terrible,
Then rearrange the refrigerator partitions back to the original, and put a liquid nitrogen-labeled drum for a distraction.
Finally, get out of the room and everything's perfect.
Wait, there's one thing that bothers me. Kokoro was frozen by the quick freeze mode of the refrigerator, right? Not by the liquid nitrogen? No matter how long the freezing was, it must melt if exposed to the room temperature for hours. Indeed, there was blood coming up from the cut surface of the hands and feet. But it was very little. Shouldn't it melt faster in room temperature?
The point is that the melting speed was too slow. Perhaps, that's because the killer used that tool to keep the body cool.
Dry ice, I would imagine.
Yep.
That's because the killer used dry ice. Dry ice?
When the body was discovered, there was cold air and white fog in the room. At first we believed it was the liquid nitrogen, but it was actually dry ice. Indeed, the bag of dry ice was at the crime scene. She maintained the temperature with dry ice in order to prevent the frozen body from melting. How is it? You don't have anything to refute, right?
Why are you being so harsh to me? I didn't do anything wrong. I just wanted to avenge Kokoro. That reasoning based upon coincidence makes me guilty. Emmy. God, enough already. When will you ever stop? Sora! You understand, don't you? I'm not the killer. Please persuade them for me. We're about to be all up.
Which side would this reaction be? An act or truth? But all the evidence is indicating Emma as the killer. It's nothing but her being stubborn. Let's present the final evidence to break down her insistence.
Terminate talk shooting. Okay, this is the... Yep, this is this one. I do kind of forget, but now that I see it again, I do remember how it works in this one. Yeah, we gotta use the grid. We got a skill for this, right? We have 9 bullets for it, I believe. Which is good. What the fuck? She's Harley Quinn? Okay. Oh god. Yeah, we have 9 bullets. That's cool. Oh, it's lagging. Lagged a bit. I gotta reload. Ow, ow, ow. Oh my god, I use those fast. I'm angry. You say that? Oh my god, I forgot about the green ones that take 2. No, no, no. Oh shit. Reload. Ah. Okay. Made it through a phase. Doodly doo 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 doo. Go! No, 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 I didn't want that one. I'm out. Oh, fuck. It's still hard, even with 9. It's just the thing moves so slow. Reloading is so slow. Oh, God. God, it keeps lagging every couple seconds, and that is certainly not helping. Oh, it lagged when I try to move! Go. Ow. Sora, I believe in you. Uh. Okay, we're almost done. Jesus Christ, it goes fast! Reload. Boom, boom. No! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Go. Stop lagging, please! Shit! Come on. Almost done. We're almost done. Go! There's so much green ones, dude. Okay. Thank God. Oh my god, that was fucking annoying. Both cannot coexist. No, what the fuck? No! What? I think I hit it too fast. Shit. Okay. Let's try that again. This is it. Both cannot coexist in one place. Both Kokoros? Oh. Sorry. Both Kokoros cannot exist in one place. I'm assuming is what they're talking about. But, like, where? Where is the other Kokoro then if she wasn't dead? Was she in the fridge the whole time? Is that what they're really implying here? I have one thing to ask everyone. Has anybody here ever visited Kokoro with Emma? Huh? That's true. She was not on the list of people ever.
Oh, that's,
Of course there isn't anyone. Because the Kokoro we saw during the visit was Emma herself. If Emma came to visit, there'd be nobody in Kokoro's dorm room. What are you talking about, Sora? I definitely visited Kokoro's room. Don't you remember? Yuki, Teruya. Yeah, but that was a time when she didn't answer. Girl, you're setting yourself up for this one. Well, that's true. I went there with Emma. On her way out of the dining room, I came to her and suggested to go together.
And did Kokoro open the door at that time?
No, it was last evening. The first time Kokoro didn't open the door for us.
Well, obviously. How can it be open when Emma is outside the room? She's gonna pull the, oh, what, but the dinner disappeared. She did eat it. She was still alive.
But she obviously just took it. Instead, what Yuki just said makes her more and more suspicious. The excuse that she had no appetite was in order to leave fast and disguise as Kokoro. So as a result, Emma actually never went for a visit with us. So much for caring about Kokoro, and you didn't even visit her. Not didn't, more like couldn't. Perhaps it was an unexpected event for her to receive the suggestion from Yuki. She did try to get out first at that time, indeed. Emma, just give up. You have no defense at this point. No arguments to refute now. Let's summarize the case once again. Then you won't be able to refute any more. Okay, I guess maybe not. Maybe they're not going to go the whole she took the food thing. No. I know the closing argument. And we have a skill now that should hopefully make it a lot easier. Makes it way easier, my goodness. This, I literally don't even need to read them. Which, honestly, I am fine with this. Because figuring out the closing argument takes way too fucking long. And actually reading it when it's presented also takes a long-ass time. So, like, yeah, let's just get it over as soon as possible. I love this. I don't give a shit. I'm gonna have this skill equipped every trial. It costs 20 skill points, but it's fucking worth it. Oh my god. This is incredible. I think that's the right one there. I know I can make them bigger to check for sure, but I'm going speedy. Okay. It's that one. That one. That one. Is that the right one? Yeah, okay. It was kind of hard to tell because that one's really pixely. Yeah, honestly, I mean, if I just have this skill equipped at all times, I might as well just, like, cut this part of the closing argument out and just cut immediately to the actual closing argument. Just to, you know, not waste your guys' time, but I'll keep this in for now. You can let me know in the comments what you prefer. Assuming I don't record ahead to the third trial by the time this video actually goes up. But we'll see. It's this one. Oh, that was it? That feels a lot shorter than... Because the first one was like 9 pages, right? Well, whatever. Closing argument time. The case began with the performance Satsuka set up. During the performance, Kokoro suddenly fell down. At this moment, the culprit said her body is as hot as lava to make it seem like she has a disease. But in fact, it was actually an attack by the killer amongst the commotion. We immediately brought Kokoro to her dorm room. We used her finger to turn on the student handbook. The handbook can only be turned on by its owner's fingerprint. This was later used by the killer. The killer pretended to worry about Kokoro and left the room last. It was to steal Kokoro's student handbook. Soon the nighttime came, and the killer went back to Kokoro's dorm room after everyone was asleep. After seeing that nobody was watching her, the killer started the preparation with ease. First, she tied up Kokoro and cut off her fingertip. This was because she needed Kokoro's fingerprint. Ah, jeez. After she had stopped the bleeding, she put Kokoro into the refrigerator. The refrigerator had enough size for a person as small as Kokoro. When the partitions were removed, the culprit then set the refrigerator to instant freeze, to freeze Kokoro to death. So wait! If Kokoro, like, never actually had the disease, could she still not move? Like, could she actually still not move? And it was just, like, the talking thing that was a lie, or... Because I'm just like, how could she... I mean, yes, you could just say that Emma overpowered her, sure, but, like... I don't know, I feel like she should have resisted a lot more. Maybe she did, and we'll just find out later, but I don't know. The culprit then set the refrigerator to instant freeze, to freeze Kokoro to death. Then the killer started to prepare for the disguise. The key of this murder was to disguise as Kokoro, thus pretending as if Kokoro was still alive. For that, she collected Kokoro's clothes, but she still needed the hair part for the perfect disguise. Here, the killer took interest in the museum dressing room and started their plan from there. She had to get ready for the disguise before the next morning, but it was impossible for her to get to the museum as nighttime has already come. So the killer used a rope-like thing to jump down from the monocruise through the balcony 4th floor. I like how they just don't even explain what the rope-like thing is. It's just a rope-like thing. Arriving at the museum, she took out a wig that looks similar to Kokoro's hair from the dressing room. Hold up! Look at the wigs there! It's Makoto and Ibuki! Is there another one there behind the text box? I can't tell. That's cute. That's really cute. This made a loss in the dressing room props list. It's a funny image. So she destroyed the Yuki Onna statue and used its hair to fill the list instead. The destruction not only helped cover the loss, but also gave us a sense that the Yuki Onna had awoken. Considering the body's state we discovered, it worked out perfectly. Act 3. On the next morning, the killer came back to the monocruise right after the door opened to remove the evidence at the balcony, and used Kokoro's student handbook to send a request to Shobai. I was attacked by the void and want to conceal myself to find that void. So please make a false examination upon me and tell my disease to the others. That was the request. Shobai the Scrooge accepted this request, but felt that something wasn't quite right as he saw the disguised killer. remaining silent even in front of Shobai himself, and the situation that contradicts with "she's got a fever" mentioned by the killer last night. Perhaps he was able to spot the killer based on these two inconsistencies. Anyway, his false examination made us believe that Kokoro had been suffering from a disease, which allowed the killer to overcome the biggest challenges of this disguise: voice and hype. In addition, the killer required us to bring meals for her at specific times, for that she was disabled. This was to reduce the risk of an unexpected situation and to disguise more easily. Still, the killer had to finish her meal earlier to disguise as Kokoro in advance, and this made her look more suspicious. For a few days after that, we delivered meals to the disguised killer and saw the face of Kokoro, so nobody ever noticed that Kokoro was dying that very moment. At the same time, Kokoro was gradually being frozen in the refrigerator, where she left a dying message with her last strength. She broke 8 icicles that were created by the instant freeze mode, and carved an F on the front and an O on the back with her nail. Then on the last icicle, she carved I instead of O, and penetrated the longest icicle through the I icicle to complete the message. The icicles meant 8 F females, namely the tallest girl among all females, which the one who killed I. In other words, Kokoro. I don't know, man. That part's still weird to me. Like, it had to be so cramped in there. Like, and if she had the ability to carve letters on icicles, why didn't she just write Emma? Why didn't she, or even just EM? I don't know. I guess for the sake of the case, sure. Indeed, the killer was the tallest among the females. We couldn't have noticed the killer without the dying message. Also, like, I don't know, this is me nitpicking, but I'm like, I mean, I've never attempted to open a refrigerator from the inside, but I feel like you could feasibly just push it open. You could just nudge it with your body, and it would open. Like, it's not like it has a lock on it. I don't know. As time had passed, Kokoro finally died and the killer gave up on their disguise. This morning, using the empty drum and the bag of ice she collected the night before, she prepared to finish her crime. First, she put a liquid nitrogen label onto the drum so that we'd mistake the freezing method as the nitrogen, not the refrigerator. Then she took out Kokoro's frozen body and cut her hands and feet off. It was to prevent us from coming up with the idea of the fingerprint from the cut fingertip, and also to pretend that Yukiona's curse had been cast. What did she do with the fucking hands and feet, though? That's what I want to know. And she put dry ice onto Kokoro's body to slow down its melting and left the room. All that remains is for us to feel something suspicious as we deliver her meal. And eventually, we discover her body. The killer this time was fairly cunning and careful. In fact, we might not have noticed her identity if Kokoro had not left a message. The killer who murdered Kokoro. Say it ain't so. Oh, Sora looks so cool. She's so cool. Could be nobody but you, Emma Magarobi, the ultimate actress. Oh, she's pissed. I love that art of her, though. Wow, I'm so good at climax reasoning. Nobody but me. You said, nobody but me. It's a failure, then. Oh. Okay. Oof, 55 on that one. What do I get overall? Okay, I'll take a B. Yay! 11! 2 skill points! And money! That's a lot. I get even more! Rank C coins. I still don't know what the difference between those are. If there even is one, but whatever.
Ahem, you finally reached your conclusion. But as you know, it's your second trial. There is only one chance to get it right. Let's find out whether your conclusion was true or not. Ladies and gentlemen, vote for the killer with the button in front of you. Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it going to be? Hoo 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 hoo!
Verdict. Let's go gambling. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? Oh wow, it's Emma. That's crazy.
Damn, that effect was really good. I don't think I commented on that in the first trial, but really, really impressive effects there. Sure. I suppose I will save the game.
That's right! Miss Emma Magarobi was the culprit of this murder case. A rightful verdict indeed. I must say that your performance was splendid.
Emma. Damn it. We had the right answer. Emma was the killer.
Is she a void, though?
Probably. We already worked it out through the trial, so everyone must have voted for her with confidence. But knowing the answer beforehand didn't make this any less of a shock. Having to accept that one of your classmates committed murder. Why? Just why? Kokoro was your close friend. Why did you kill her, Emma?
Why would you ask that when there's one possible reason? It's 'cause she's a void. Aren't you a void, Ma-chan, huh?
Hey, isn't it too early to decide that? How can we be so sure that being a murderer equals being a void? It would be best if Emma explained it to us herself.
Emma, tell us. Tell us the reason you murdered Kokoro.
No need to mind my presence, Miss Magarobi. Speak freely as you desire.
What? What is he talking about?
Your abilities far exceed Mr. Makanohuchi's, so I put my trust in you. You may use your remaining time any way you want.
Having remained silent since the end of the trial, Emma suddenly let out a deep breath and began talking. Uh-oh, we're gonna get a CG of her being... Oh... Okay, cool. There's no particular reason. I did it because I'm a void. Just like you said. That's all. Just like Hajime was. I'm Mikado's co-conspirator and ally, too. I'm sorry if you expected something heroic from me. Emma's beautiful face became contorted as she spoke. It looked surprisingly similar to Hajime's appearance in the last trial.
The void. See, I told you.
But the voids, weren't they no longer willing to work with Mikado after he betrayed them?
Betrayed, yes. Hajime died, and we weren't told we would die for real also. From our perspective, it's true that Mikado betrayed us. Then why? Why did you murder somebody? It's too late to turn back. Us voids, we cannot be saved, even if we decide to not follow our plan at this point. If we antagonized Mikado and helped you escape this island, there would be nothing left for us. But you didn't have to go as far as murder. I don't know what your motive was, but we could have helped you overcome it. It's not something that can be magically solved like that. You don't know anything about us. We have our own reasons for doing this. Is that why you killed Kokoro? Was it to carry out the plan? As a member of Void?
Kokoro said that Hajime's murder was planned in advance. They must have a goal that should be accomplished no matter what, even if it means killing someone and risking execution.
So Emma was supposed to murder too?
That is one point that I find strange as well. I am certain it wasn't Miss Magarobi's turn yet.
Oh. Huh? What do you mean?
Allow me to give a brief explanation.
Each of the 5 voids has to commit a murder in a set order. I believe Mr. Makanauchi... Why did I say Makanauchi? Because they had an extra H when they said it before, and it confused me then, because I was like, I don't think that's what his name was, but whatever. I believe Mr. Makanauchi mentioned this before. Of course, anyone else is welcome to kill. You may consider this as a safeguard against deadlocks. If only voids commit murder, other voids with knowledge of the kill order would instantly know the identity of the culprit long before the trial.
It would be like watching a mystery TV show after being spoiled by the ending. Neither fair nor entertaining. However, it is surely a great merit to know who is supposed to murder next.
Then, if it wasn't Emma's turn yet... I was perplexed after realizing who the culprit was. The occurrence of a non-void member within my expectation, but voids muddling up the kill order. It would have been nice if I was informed of this in advance. I'm sorry, Mikado. I messed up the reenactment.
Reenactment? Huh? What's that about? What could you be reenacting? What could you be reenacting? A previous killing game? Either, like, the first one, the first DRA, or one of the actual canon killing games? Obviously not V3, but... What are they reenacting? Like, what is a parallel between... I don't know. Well, let me think about this. What was case 2 about in the first game? Because the first case in this one did have a somewhat of a parallel to the first game, with the whole it could only be someone of this gender, but it was actually the opposite kind of thing, because only one person could do the thing, whatever. You know what I'm talking about. I already pointed out, I'm pretty sure. Case 2 in the first game was Kizuna and oh fuck, what was her name? Ayame? Something like that? I don't remember. But that was like, I don't remember how that went down exactly. Well, no, because she faked an injury, didn't she? Or she purposely made herself injured to get suspicion off of her. And, like, I guess Emma kind of did the same thing by pretending to be Kokoro, who, you know, had a fake disease or something. Maybe that's the parallel they're going for? I don't know. I'm just thinking too much at this point. I have to go back and, you know, refresh my memory of the second case in the first game to properly figure out a parallel there, if there is one. No need to apologize. Although you may not have noticed it, you reenacted the case to a fine extent. Kokoro Mitsume. Because that woman got on my nerves. I had to kill her. What? How did she annoy you? What? Oh, is it because did she know? Because she knew the voids. She could tell. But you were really close with her. Why? Since I'm going to die soon, I'll tell you. It was when we were watching the twins' performance. Oh. What's the matter, Kokoro? The concert is still going on. Why did you want to have a talk all of a sudden? This is also for your own sake. I hope you understand. Emma, you have been encouraging me to join the rest of you for the past few days, correct? Right. Oh, do you finally want to join us? Well, I believe you can suppose so, but only under one condition. A condition? I have plans to cooperate and resolve this situation with the rest of us, if you decide to work with us, Emma. Huh? What do you mean by that? I don't know. Can't you understand? My condition is for you, a member of Void, to stop working for them and join us. Oh, she shouldn't have said that. She knew she shouldn't have said that, but... Fuck, that sucks. She had her own plans, too. Dude, she really was about to be the Kyoko of this game. Oh, she just didn't say that. She actually did get close to Emma, didn't she? I thought Emma was going to say it was all an act from the beginning, but I think
They actually did get close. And Kokoro trusted her to work with her. Because she was so scared before. Like, there was no way she would have said that to anyone. She really thought... Oh, that's terrible. What are you talking about? Me, a void? I admit you've done a great job so far, but your acting won't work here. You cannot deceive me. Emma Magarobi, you are a void. Don't worry. If I had intended to reveal your identity to everyone, I would have already done so. I know a few others who are quite likely to be in void as well. Still, I am proposing this offer to you because you always approached me with a friendly attitude. I think you will be able to be of great help. Oh. I hope you do not make unwise decisions here, such as attacking me. I am not imprudent enough to talk one-on-one with a dangerous individual like you. Besides, everyone will witness your crime even if you do succeed. I have asked Teruya Otori to act as my bodyguard a few days ago. He should be watching us now. If you're planning any tricks, give up. What do you want? Just as I said, come to our side. Tell everyone that you're a void. And share any information you have about Void and Mikado Sonoji. We need the Void's information in order to work out the problem. In fact, I have a fairly convincing suspicion about who Mikado Sonoji might be. Who he might be? Who else could he possibly be? What? Huh? If the Void's testimony backs it up, we may be able to escape this island. There are 2 more Voids among us. If I become a traitor, you know what they'll do. No need to be concerned. I believe I know who they are. If you choose to join us, I will make them follow you to join our side. It's easy to say that. We Voids have a reason to be committed to our plan. Even as far as to resort to these dirty methods. I don't know how you managed to expose me, but I can't back down here. Even if it's against you, Kokoro. Do you know our pain? Our suffering? If you know so much, why don't you try your almighty mind reading on me? At last, you expressed your honest feelings. What? For the last few days, Emma, you constantly tried to get along with me. As the ultimate actress, you played a pure-hearted friend with a level of sincerity that even I couldn't doubt. Of course, your real purpose was to keep watch on me, someone who poses a threat to Void. Your overly perfect kindness, nothing but purity in your mind. I was able to notice that you're a Void using these hints. But at the same time, I wanted to know how you truly felt. Regardless of your intent, you were the first to become this close to me. Kokoro. Finally, after pushing you this far, I can now understand you. Which makes me want for you to join us even more. Emma... Kokoro's crying! Or sweating, or blushing? Is she blushing too? It looks like she's kind of blushing through her glasses a little bit, but I don't know if that's just the reflection. But, don't worry. Whether it's about your father or your adoptive parents... Whoa, what? We'll do the best we can to help. What? I told you earlier, because you showed me your honest feelings. I can understand you now. When I read a defenseless person's mind, I can naturally see their feelings. Your dark past, Void's motives, I saw how it was all like. You saw it? I apologize for doing it without your consent, but this was the only way to convince. Emma? No. No. This emotion is a twisted, no, a monster. No, no, no. I'll do whatever you say. I'll bring money. Please don't hurt me. Wait, Mr. Otori. Jesus. Oh, Kokoro, what? No. Oh, you were right. She was right all along. She should have stuck to her original plan of just avoiding everybody. Oh, that sucks. That's... I see. Miss Mitsume has touched Miss Magarobi's raw nerve. What are you talking about? Miss Magarobi had lived a terrible past which she absolutely loathes to recall. I could say it's similar to a psychological trauma. The mere act of recalling it is enough to cause her seizures even in normal settings. When it combined with her complex feelings and the shock from being exposed, Miss Magarobi couldn't control her emotional outburst anymore.
So it was an accidental murder then?
Well, not really. I mean, like, her outburst was accidental, I guess, but, like, she still chose to do everything else afterward. It was too meticulous to be a complete accident, but I guess she felt she had to do it at that point.
Now I understand why Emma committed murder when it wasn't her turn.
I'm sorry, everyone. As Emma just said, the day after I woke up on this island, Kokoro gave me a personal request. She said she was going to focus completely on finding the voids, and is concerned about the other voids targeting her. So she told me to watch her from a close distance and come to help in case something happens.
She must have chose you because you were the least likely to be a void.
Wait a minute, Kokoro said that? She made a whole announcement to tell us that she's not going to care whatsoever about void. She said it was to deduce the voids. She wasn't sure who was in void. So she pretended to be ignorant and worked in secret. Kokoro really wanted to help us. But I couldn't save her. I was distracted by the concert and took my eyes off. I left Kokoro to be attacked and die right under my lose. I think it's supposed to be under my nose. You don't have to feel responsible, Teruya. No one would have expected to attack her in a crowded place like that.
Yeah, and that would mean it's our fault too for doing the concert. If Kanade and I looked more closely at the audience, this wouldn't have...
I know the audience was looking towards the stage, but why didn't the twins see that?
Kanade always closes her eyes when playing the guitar. And I can't see very far when I'm focusing on communicating with people in the front lines.
Stop it. This isn't the time to blame everyone. We were just unlucky that all these events happened at once. It's already done, but I don't regret it. It was bound to happen someday. After all, this is a curse ingrained in my memory. Even if Kokoro did not bring up my past, I would never have betrayed Void. As a Void, I will put everything in the one last hope we have. Even if it costs you your life? Yes. Besides, I would be no better than a dead person if the plan fails. Really? Huh? Do you really have no regrets? Big Sis has a gut feeling that you really felt happy when you were with Kokoro. Same when you were with us. Hajime said he enjoyed being with us too. She's right! Void is only doing this because they were forced to by some unknown reason. It's not too late. You can recompense for what you did later, for now. Don't you think we should work together to give that Mikado a big kick in the butt? Mikado, I'm done. Start my execution now. Huh? Would it be alright? I can't. I don't think I can face you all any longer. If I stand here for another moment, I won't be able to remain a void.
Em.
No one but Emma herself would ever know better. Would ever know whether she was putting on an act or not. But I could tell that she looked incredibly distressed at that time. Knowing that a classmate committed murder, hearing that she was a void, troubled by mixed feelings, everyone had lost their words and merely stood watching her. I'll say one last thing. Shinji's plan. I don't think it was fundamentally in the wrong direction. If we had another way out, we wouldn't have agreed to join this nasty plan. Hajime felt it, and I did too. If we met you in another setting, we would have stayed as good friends. But while the plan is in action, all of this process means nothing. No matter what you all do, the outcome is already set. Just like how I'm about to die, despite my struggles. The outcome is already set? Though I will die as another sacrifice to the plan. You should try working against it in the way you believe in. That's all I can say. Emma, are you okay with that? It's your last chance. Can't you tell us something to strike back at Mikado with at the very least? Your words are of no use. The other voids, as well as Miss Magarobi, has already realized the state they are in. This is their only choice. They must put every bit of themselves in this plan.
Just what is that plan you keep mentioning?
I can't logically put together anything you or the voids say. Well, it would not make much of a difference, even if Miss Magarobi or I told our plan to everyone here. As Miss Magarobi said, the outcome is already set. Everything in here is only a step leading towards that outcome. In any case, we should salute Emma's determined resolution. Keeping calm in her current position is an easy task to do. We salute to her resolution. This is Miss Magarobi's favorite type of joke. Ho ho. She did try to make puns, dude. I don't care. Just kill me. All right. I am glad to have worked with such an outstanding person. It's almost a shame that I have to execute her myself. But are you certain about this? The subject of death is not something to be taken lightly. Even more so than you think. Only a few minutes left. You will be executed shortly after. Prepare to take in the full experience of the last moments of your life.
Since the atmosphere has cooled down, this looks like a fitting moment to begin the execution. I have prepared a special punishment for the black end of this case. Miss Emma Magarobi, the ultimate actress.
To die. I'm going to die. Hold on. Don't start it yet. I think I'm scared.
Then, shall we start?
I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I still want to live. I don't want to be killed.
Punishment time!
Oh, dear. What are you gonna do to her? Emma's been found guilty. Time for the punishment. What the fuck is that? Fucking Warner Bros. But the VD for Void. What does it say on the thing? Team Void Pictures. Also, is that the fucking Harry Potter theme? What is... If it's a Harry Potter reference, I won't get it, because I've never seen it.
Why so serious?
Was it the fucking Joker? The Emma in the woods? What is this? It's just a bunch of movie parodies, maybe? Oh yeah, now she's, oh fuck, what's that? What is that? Where'd she go now? What the fuck is this? That guy with the... I forget his name. Is it... She just gets, like, swarmed by a bunch of... Oh my god! A bunch of, like, horror movie mascots or something? I don't watch horror movies. I didn't get any of that. Oh. Well, that just happened.
Poor woman, you were never paid back for your efforts. Farewell. May her remains rest in peace.
An excellent colleague, I must say, but you two were an average being in the end. Begging for your life at the last minute, a pure disgrace.
Please, no more. How? How long do we need to keep doing this?
Damn it! Damn it! Is this over? Can I leave now?
Hey, you! What's up with that attitude when you've done nothing?
Shouldn't you be used to it by now? I say mind your own business. Shobai, I don't care what you do, but aren't you in need of a way to get out of this place too?
I can look after myself. Quit bothering me.
Oh, was it Emma Megorobi, I heard her speaking. Kokoro Mitsume, that woman. What she said back then, it was quite bothering. Her death might have been a greater loss than I thought. What's he talking about? He just stepped out.
Well, everyone, thank you for your hard work. Although there may be less of us now, let us not lose our spirit and return to a normal life. Even happiness itself will be frightened to come your despondent looks. Hoo-hoo.
He's a spiteful person, even till the end. The second-class trial was over. The culprit of the second murder was executed. Regardless who she really was, this was the death of a friend who we spent the past few days with. Like I did in Hajime's case, I wasn't able to get used to this feeling, and all that remained in the courtroom was an extremely unpleasant feeling. Even Setsuka and Shinji, who had been our pillars of strength, kept silent as if they'd lost their energy. Stop crying, Iroha. Guys, I don't know what to say, but let's not give up here. No, not this. Man, what would they have said at a time like this? Damn. Oh. Everyone. I never thought I'd agree with Mikado. Big sis. You guys snap out of it. Hibiki? What are you all doing? Even Mikado said so. We shouldn't be let down. Let's return to our normal life. Are you gonna stay up all night here, huh? Did she have an alternate personality or something? Honestly, I'm feeling a lot of guilt right now. Haji and M, I was the indirect cause of both their murders. We threw the party that led to re-dying because I was complaining all the time. And Suka planned the concert where Coco was attacked also because of me. Yeah, right. So what? Isn't this where you normally start crying like a baby? Be quiet! And yeah, this is a hard time. But if I keep being peevish and whiny, I'm going to make another murder happen. Not at all. It's not your fault. Don't put the blame on yourself. No. I realized that I have to change when Suka cheered me up last time. And even more so, I don't want to be a burden to the rest of you. Oh. I guess we should do something too to match up with Little Bicky's heartwarming speech. What are you calling Little Bicky? Right. Emma's words gave confidence to my belief. Voids are victims too. I have no idea about their purpose, but they felt some sense of intimacy with us and fellowship with each other. They're being a part of this plan only because they had no other choice. If we find another way to help them, we could solve everything. I won't let any more people die. I won't give up. Guys, cheer up. We'll get through this. Everyone. It seemed as if Hibiki brought the depressing atmosphere back to life. If you think about it, wouldn't she be the person who changed the most upon coming to this island? After going through a series of events, Hibiki had now developed a mature and motivating attitude. With a few exceptions, of course. Like hell we will. What? If you're gonna keep playing friends with each other, leave me out. I'm going to do this by myself now. Huh? Kay, what's the matter all of a sudden? It's not all of a sudden. Didn't I tell you? This was an overly complacent approach. Shinji and Voids are victims too. But so what? Doesn't make them any less of a criminal. And we don't know when they're gonna come after us. Well, I'm not keeping you back if you still want to call them friends and whatnot. What? You promised to be on our group, and now you're turning on us like it's nothing? Are you a Void? Is it because you're in Void? Think whatever you want. It's just that I can't trust that your naive approach will work. From this point on, I'm on my own like Shobai. Good luck with that strange Teruya guy. Oh, shit. Oh. Well, first of all, I'm amazed that he survived this chapter, because I really had a gut feeling that it was going to be him as a victim or killer, one way or the other. But man, I do like where his character's going, though. I think this is a really good direction for him. But also, I'm worried about him because I still like the guy. Oh boy. Also, fucking Kanade. We gotta talk about that personality at some point, because, like, what the fuck was that? We can't just keep going like that didn't happen. Oh, man. Jeez, that fellow. Why is he suddenly acting like that? I mean, it's not suddenly. He's been saying that the whole time. Like, he was willing to work with us, but he was still cautious. And, like, now that this has happened again, I don't entirely blame him for feeling that way. He's kind of on the same wavelength that Kokoro was at the beginning of this chapter 2. Yeah, because it is chapter 2. Funny. Suddenly might not be the right word. Nick seemed to have his own complaints even before the murder, yeah.
Huh. He can be on his own. I don't want to let him join either.
And shouldn't we all start moving? Sure. We'll think of what to do next after getting back up. Roha, do you feel okay now?
Yes, I'm sorry for the mess earlier.
What mess? You crying? That's understandable. You just saw someone die. 2 people, really. Yuki, we should go. Yuki? Huh? Wait, what? Oh, yeah, we should leave. What's wrong? You were spacing out.
Yu was a big fan of M. I know how you feel, but try to cheer up for M, Yuki. Or Yu.
It's not because of that.
Huh? Did I say something I wasn't supposed to?
Looks like everyone's not in their best condition. It's understandable, though. There's still meaning in trying to stay bright, so let's bear this hardship together.
Okay, let's go up, Kanade. This isn't like Hibiki at all. What are you doing, Kanade? You're gonna keep your big sis waiting? Get your feet moving! Sorry, big sis, I'm coming.
And now she's back to that. Okay. Her moment of delight was cut short by Nikke, followed by a few others that looked fairly different than usual. I couldn't imagine how this small crack in our relationship would play out. Although we were all worried about the same problem, no one chose to verbalize it, and we finally decided to get rest for the day. Oh. It's the night after the second class trial. We agreed to put off thinking where to go from here until tomorrow and get some rest. Emma, Void. We don't have any clues about them. What is their objective? For what reason would they carry out a plan like this? Continuously turning over in my mind questions I could never understand, I descended into the ocean of sleep. Descended into the ocean, huh? Huh? Oh? What's this? Yes, things will get important from now on. I'll do my best to look for the thing you told me. Be careful. Act normal in Void and don't let them find out. Yes, I know. Fuck off! Fuck off, no! Just count on Big Sis for everything. Damn it! No! Oh, no, I really hope she... No! No, 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 no! No! Oh, this might be worse than, like, if there was just a regular case and it was like, oh, Satsuka's the killer and she's part of Void, surprise. This sucks, because now I'm... Oh... Ow! Ow! No! Satsuka, please. Satsuka, please work with us. Please, 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 please. Oh my god, I'm on my hands and knees, please. That got cut short. Are they not? They're not going to reveal Satsuka as one? I guess because it's not official. Yo, I got an Oscar for my performance. Oh my gosh, thank you. Wow, you know, I really tried. I really tried my best there, you know. I would love to save the game and the video, I guess. Goddamn. That was a chapter. I think the murder case itself, little confusing. I like the disguise aspect though. I like that a lot. And the curse connection as well was really cool. I like how they tied it to the island in that. But man, that was really good. As much as I don't like that Kokoro is dead, because I did like Kokoro a lot, I think it's really cool that they did the thing where, like, they actually kill off the smart character. Like, they did a good job setting up Kokoro to be, like, this Kyoko-type character, who is just, like, really smart, is always figuring shit out, has a plan to, like, end things, and I fell for it. Hook, line, and sinker. They got me. I thought for sure she was gonna make it, and, nope, they actually had a character who was, well, I mean, I'm dumbing it down a bit, but, like, it's like, okay, yeah, she is the smart one, she knows everything, let's take her out. Only makes sense. So I like that this is a fangame that actually did that, and, obviously the other stuff between Emma and Kokoro is really tragic as well. It sucks, man. It really sucks that it had to fucking turn out like this. And this, well, now I can't even think clearly about everything else, man, because, like, Setsuko, what are you doing? What are you up to? It is interesting, though. It is interesting, though, because, like, I mean, this is the second killer in a row that was also a member of Void. So it is, like, instilling in your brain that, like, hey, the killers are going to be Voids. But also, they do also mention that it's just, like, kind of a deadlock thing. Like, if someone else decides to murder, they can still do that. Which, and like, of course, like, if it becomes predictable like this, because clearly, like, what if they are truly revealing Setsuka as a member of Void here, it's like, they want you to worry about Setsuka dying, because all the other Voids so far have died. So it's like, uh-oh, Setsuka's a Void, Setsuka's going to die. That is what they want you to feel. And I do feel that. I'm concerned. But also, they could subvert that. And maybe Setsuka could truly come around and survive. I hope she does. Oh my god, I love Setsuka a lot. I really don't want her to die, but now I'm worried. But yeah, my thoughts are a jumbled mess, but I did like that chapter a lot. I think it was really good and definitely a lot better than the first one. So that's gonna be it for this episode and this chapter. Next time we will start chapter 3, and I have heard really good things about chapter 3. I don't know what I'm in store for, but everyone I've heard talk about this game has always, like, alluded to chapter 3 being really good, so I'm excited. So I'll see you guys next time for the start of chapter 3. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.